Chapter 1: An Escape from the City. It's early on a chilly autumn morning, the perfect time for a mini adventure. Time to leave the city behind and breathe in some fresh air and open space.
I'm on my way to the Chilterns for a little camping trip, a mini trip, just to test out some new winter gear that I got. Got a few new items to try out, so I'm going to be going through all of those. And just a nice 50-kilometre ride out of London. I'm currently on the A4, which is really busy, obviously, out of West London. I didn't realise there was a cycle lane going all the way along it, pretty much. It's noisy, but nice to have a segregated cycle lane.
The city wakes up around me. Cars, trucks, buses, vans, planes, and a guy on a Brompton whizzing by. I cross over the M25, heading for the hills, hoping for a refreshing escape. The first part of the route is straightforward. A bridge takes me towards the village of Colnbrook. The crisp air and the stunning autumn colours feel like a reward after the urban chaos. Some of this stretch follows National Cycle Route 61, weaving through scenic spots. Just outside Slough, I reach a park that offers great views of Windsor Castle in the distance. Just getting a bit warm, so I'm gonna have to delay a bit. Whew. Oh, I have to say, I have loved this cycle path all along the River Jubilee here. Gravel, nice gravel. I think probably because it's dry. Imagine it would be a bit of a nightmare if it's wet on this bike. But, whew. I wasn't expecting to get so warm, but the sun is out very bright. So it's been nice. I'm about halfway there, no dramas so far. So that's good. Looks like I'm going to get there early. It's going to have a lot of time around camp, which will be good. Anyway, onwards and upwards. So I've just come through, been cycling along the river here, winding through Slough and Windsor. And I haven't had to go through either town, which is good. And now I'm going to turn left to wind through Slough and Maidenhead before going west again, past and through High Wycombe, and then up into the Chilterns. Looking forward to getting there. Currently on track to get there nice and early. So that's brilliant, and will give me time to set up camp and get myself sorted and get ready to test out my new gear, which I'm really excited about. These trousers I got from Decathlon. They were about £80. And they're the winter cycling tights, and they're meant to be water repellent and warm. So Google has brought me here. Strictly private entrance to Clifton Conservation Workshop only. Dear. I guess it's this way then. Doesn't look as nice, but appears to be the only way. My next destination is a coffee shop. So, let's see. This road is so busy, I don't like it. Here goes nothing. Ah, it's not too bad. I think it's a town up ahead. That's good. Please don't attack me. I don't know why it just came off. It's really annoying. Okay. Let's carry on then. In the village with the coffee shop. Brilliant. Oh, this is nice. Coach house. From there, it's not far to High Wycombe.
It is horrendous.
My route brings me to a very busy stretch of road.
Holy.
I couldn't find a better alternative, so I just went for it. There's a speed limit, but it seems like everyone's in a hurry.
Horrible. So at the roundabout, straight ahead, up there. Ooh. Okay, we're green.
Thankfully, I made it through unscathed. A quick stop at a village shop outside High Wycombe gives me a chance to refuel. The shopkeeper and I chat briefly about cycling in the cold. I tell her it's fine for me when it's crisp and sunny like today, but wet cold, that's a different story.
Terrific.
She agrees, saying, "Cold and wet, no thanks." I love these little chats that I have with people along the way.
Cold and wet, and then I'm done. Beautiful hill up there. I thought it was going to take me up that hill, but no, it's taking me here to the left. Brilliant. It's flat here. Yes. Oh, this is nice. There's a leaf stuck in my wheel. Can't be bothered to get it out. This is the last 20 minutes. This is nice. Around the outskirts, in the valley. Oh, I'm just looking forward to getting there now. This is going to be the hilliest part of this trip. And luckily it's right at the end, the campsite is on the top of this hill, I think. So, I can feel my heart beating in my head. Anyway, it's a bit better now, nearly there. I've arrived. If you are booked with us, you will have had.
I reached my campsite, one of the few in the area that's open year-round. While planning this trip, I discovered that most campsites don't open until spring.
I have got my email.
Let's see.
I guess this is it. Nice.
Really nice. I seem to be the only one camping in a tent, that is. So this seems pretty flat here, so I'm going to set up here and get myself sorted. Chapter 2, testing my new gear. This trip was also a chance to test some new kit. First up is my new Bushbox twig stove.
Yeah, it's great.
It's compact and lets me build a small fire where permitted. A great way to stay warm on a chilly evening. But the real star of the show is my new sleeping bag, the Rab Neutrino 800. It's a down sleeping bag with a comfort rating of up to -16 degrees. A bit overkill for this trip, but I'd rather be too warm than freezing. It weighs just over a kilogram, which is a bit heavy for bikepacking, but it packs down to the size of a football. I was eager to climb in and see how it fared against the chilly night.
It is cozy in here.
There's a zip inside, which is handy. I love it.
So I got these new cycling trousers. Whoa! Van Rysel from Decathlon. It's the men's winter tights. And you know, I was cycling today for 5 hours and I didn't have any problems with it. It's meant to be water repellent, but it didn't rain today, so I wasn't able to test that out. But I wasn't cold and I wasn't sweaty. Yeah, my review is I like it. It's got straps here, and nice pad around there as well. And I have to say that cycling with padded trousers, it's a game changer. Game changer. Why didn't I do it before? I don't know. So what I have for dinner tonight is some pasta, which I've put in this zippy bag. I've got some broccoli and asparagus in another zippy bag. I've got some pork sausages, which was frozen and it's now defrosted. So hopefully those will be okay. And I forgot the sauce, but there was a village shop close by, and I managed to find some sun-dried tomato and basil chutney from the village store West Wycombe. So I'm going to try and use that chutney as a sauce for my pasta. So we shall see how that goes. I'm just going to get everything ready. Another thing that I brought was a small tub of butter to cook with. I often forget to bring oil or butter or something like that, but today I remembered. And for the morning I have got some porridge mixed with protein powder and some milk that I got from the village shop as well. Here it is. Small little milk, and I imagine that as it's going to be 3 degrees tonight, this should be alright outside. Outside is my fridge.
pasta con broccoli, asparagus and pork sausages and tomato and basil chutney. It's nearly ready. It's cooking quite well on my little Bushbox. I'm pleased with it. The only thing is I just realised, how am I going to make coffee in the morning and boil water? Because I'll have to make a fire again to boil water. Which is fine, I suppose I could try. But if not, I may just have to wait until I find a coffee shop down the road or something. There is a village. I'm not gonna lie. That is pretty tasty. This chutney is really nice. And the broccoli. Crunchy. I've got my favourite thing, pasta. I've got my favourite vegetable, broccoli, and I've got my second favourite vegetable, asparagus. What more could you want? It is 4 degrees, however, but my little fire is making it survivable. 3 degrees outside already, and it's only 6 o'clock. But I'm just laying here, very cozy in my sleeping bag. Yeah, it's warm so far when I'm in it. Guess we'll have to see how the night goes. It's meant to be fine up to -16. So we'll see. So yeah, just have to see how the night goes. It's a good test though for when I go on longer adventures this winter. The thing is, like, since I got my bike and discovered bikepacking, I have just loved it so much, and I don't want to stop just because it's winter. You know, I'm just trying to see if I can make it work. I think the sleeping bag is going to pay off though, hopefully. I'll have to see how the night goes and if I stay warm. But so far so good. Yeah, this is going to be a real test for more adventures this winter, and also in preparation for when I finally go on my trip to Denmark next year, probably in April. So I am just laying here, I'm reading my book and just chilling out, enjoying the quiet and just being in my tent. So I've just been laying here reading. It's warm in my bag. It's so floofy, I love it. So far. I'm just going to say goodnight now, and I guess the true test will be overnight of this bag, and I shall report back in the morning. It's been so nice as well having the lantern. It's sort of like, it's nice to have a light in the tent. It feels like I'm just at home in the living room or lying in bed, which is quite nice. Anyway, I am gonna read for a bit longer and go to sleep. Good night.
Chapter 3. A Morning in the Chilterns. I wake up to a grey, overcast morning, but I'd slept incredibly well, warm and cosy in my new bag. Temperatures dropped to 1 or 2 degrees overnight, but I didn't even need base layers. My watch says I got 9 hours of sleep, including 4 hours of deep sleep. Not bad for a night in a tent. While packing up, I spot a bird of prey circling above. The area is famous for its red kites, and I wasn't disappointed. I counted at least 10 during this trip alone. Red kites had all but disappeared from the area 200 years ago, but reintroduction efforts over the last 30 years have been a huge success. Today, there are around 1,800 breeding pairs, a brilliant conservation story. Chapter 4. Heading home. To get home, I cycled back to High Wycombe for the train. I plan to take it to West London, then ride the final 10 kilometres home from Northolt Station.
A reminder that a fully loaded Brompton can't stop going downhill. And a reminder that it is sometimes probably not very safe on a country lane like this. Wow. Beautiful.
Before heading to the station, I found a gem of a coffee shop called the Apple Orchard. They let me park my bike in the courtyard while I enjoyed a quick coffee and a croissant. Just the fuel I needed for the quick ride back. The journey through High Wycombe was smoother this time, and before I knew it, I was back on familiar streets, finishing the last stretch home. Thanks for joining me on this bikepacking adventure. Next time, I'll be tackling my biggest challenge yet, cycling around Loch Ness. It'll be freezing, I'll be wild camping, and it'll be a true test of my winter bikepacking setup. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. It really helps the channel. Until next time, ride safe and keep adventuring.